we're very pleased to have with us a dairyman who's a leader in his community and nationally. Ray Prock Jr. is the manager of the family dairy in Denair in Central California. He's a former member of the National Dairy Board and active on a variety of local organizations as well. He's going to talk with us today about the upcoming California Dairy Sustainability Summit. Ray, welcome to Dairy Update.
Good morning, Joel. How are you today?
Doing just fine. First, before we get started about the summit, just give us a thumbnail sketch of your dairy and farming operations.
So our dairy started in 1972 when my parents started in Galt. We're actually in our third location now here in Denair. I'm the second generation involved, and we, thanks to COVID-19, the third generation has been involved a lot more on a daily basis because their school is online, and the dairy has grown into what originally was just dairy and now encompasses 3 locations between a hay and cattle ranch in Klamath Falls, Oregon that provides all the hay to the dairy in California. And then there's also a beef herd here on the dairy that has winter pasture ground or range ground, in Hornitas, California.
Sure. Lots going on at your place. Well, our California Dairy Sustainability Summit is right around the corner on November 5 and 6. This year, like so many events, it's online, a virtual meeting, but that means it's open to anybody. Give us your take as a dairy producer. What's your take on this session?
I think the greatest thing about the California Dairy Sustainability Summit is it really helps us tell our story. And as dairy farmers, it gives us a chance to see what other dairy farmers are doing as we work towards a more sustainable model. And we can't forget at the same time that sustainability is not just about the environment. There's some economic tendencies that we need to look at for sustainability, and several panels around that on helping make our operations more efficient so we can help the environment more at the same time.
As one of our California fellow dairymen says, it's tough to be green when you're running in the red.
That is true.
There's some leading speakers, some of whom we've heard about and are looking forward to. Others maybe not so well known, but it's a real unique opportunity. Dr. Frank Mittlerner from UC Davis, Dr. Miles Allen from the University of Oxford in England, Dairy Management Inc.'s Dairy Export Council's Tom Vilsack, former secretary, and Phil Lempert, who's the kind of the guru of food retailing, is going to be talking about the consumer side of things. You're moderating a panel discussion too. Just talk a little bit about that.
So one of the panel discussions I'm moderating is on the new nitrates, local management zones for the nitrate control program. We all heard about the nitrate issue in the Central Valley that's built up over the years, and this is kind of the culmination of all that work over those years. And the local management zones were divided up into priority areas. Most of them were priority 1 and priority 2. There was a timeline on when you needed to start becoming compliant with those priority areas. And priority 1 zones are those that are under a timeline now, and I believe it's March of 2021, where we have to have an early action plan ready to go for the water board to look at. One of the ways to meet those regulations is to become a member of a management zone. And here in the Turlock and Modesto management zones, we've created what's called the Valley Water Collaborative. And it's basically a collaboration of mini dischargers. You have cities, municipalities, poultry operations, dairy operations, irrigated agriculture. We're all coming together to help create this early action plan. And basically what that early action plan is on how we're going to provide clean, safe drinking water to those people who might have their wells impacted by the nitrates. And it's basically just a collaborative, collective way of meeting the regulations, and it costing a lot less per producer to do that.
Well, that's a challenge up and down the Central Valley, and we're glad that you're involved helping lead the way. And we're also glad that the dairy industry can collaborate with other segments of water users so that we're not, we're neither being blamed for this ourselves all alone, or we've got some help in the mitigation efforts.
It truly is an instance of many hands make light work, and the fact that if we all row the boat together in the same direction, we can get there a lot faster. So if we can collectively put all of our efforts together in one effort, we can do what we need to do a lot more efficiently, more economically, and at the same time benefit our communities more greatly too.
Well, the industry's lucky to have you involved along with your fellow dairymen. Circling back, we are talking about the California Dairy Sustainability Summit. It's set for November 5 and 6. Full details about the schedule and registration opportunities are online at cadairysummit.com. And we're speaking today with Ray Prock Jr., a dairy producer in Denair, California. Ray, thanks so much for being with us.
All right, thank you, Joel, and I look forward to your session too as well.
Thank you. And this is Joel Hastings for Dairy Update at dairybusiness.com.